Hello, everybody! This is the number one potato boss coming back at you after after a long hiatus. This time for the Opus VIII Set review, but we got here one of MogPod's newest, MogPod's newest recruits, Genesis Angel Cisneros. How's it going, Genesis?
Hey, how's it going? Just here to look at some cards.
yeah. So people that don't know, Genesis is gonna help lots more with the content. So, this is a way that you get to know a little bit more about him. So what are your two favorite elements, Genesis? Just so people can know what kind of player you are.
Lightning and water.
Yeah,
they have like two completely different things.
No, I thought you were gonna say lightning and lightning. But yeah, fair enough.
You're right.
Yeah, for people that don't know, I've been a Fire Earth purist from the very start. But anyways, let's start off talking about our MogPod crystal rating system. So this is a rating system that has two things to it. It has the power and has a synergy rating. So the power is like the individual strength of the card from rating from 1 to 5. And so cards in your deck are usually 4 and 5s. They're good cards that have a lot of value or usefulness, and has also a synergy rating. This synergy rating, possibly that card needs some sort of build around, or that card can get significantly better in a certain deck. The synergy score kind of evens out the playing field. If you guys do need to know more about the crystal rating system, I'll link out the article that we have on our website that explains it in a little bit more detail. But first, what elements are we going to do, Genesis?
Light and dark.
Yeah, because we're backwards here at MogPod. So we're going to go from the back. No, I didn't say anything. Why are you laughing? Let's start with Medine. So let me move this. There we go. Okay. So, do you want to tell us what Medine does, Genesis?
Yeah, so he's a 8-cost summon. You can only cast Medine during your turn. If you have received 5 points of damage or more, the cost required to cast Medine is reduced by 2. Deal 9,000 damage to all the forwards.
Okay. So, yeah, he's category 9, but not really relevant at this point in time because Steiner can't search for him. I guess it's relevant in title series, but so 9,000 damage. That's a critical threshold, don't you reckon?
9,000 is crazy. Hold on, I'm looking for your rating system, but I can't find it.
What? You mean
I forgot.
You mean on our website, MogPodGaming.com? No, let's just talk a little bit more about the card, because we're gonna draw some, direct comparisons with three other cards actually. So compare it to Arc, which we're gonna look at soon, and comparing it with Ultima and Zodiac, because those are the light and dark summons, right? We kind of have to compare and contrast those summons. But just looking at Medine right now, let's just ignore the cost reduction, and let's just look at the simple line of text of deal 9,000 damage to all forwards. Doesn't that clear most, if not all, boards?
9k clears almost everything on both sides. It's basically Shantoto.
Except for Earth forwards.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you're right. Like, I think 9k is it's pretty good, but obviously Shantoto RFGs and it's cheaper and gets you back up. This one, I think, can actually work pretty well in Warrior of Light decks. So if you haven't known, this is not a meta deck by any stretch of the imagination, but the Fire Water Warrior of Light decks were a really fun deck to play with. And when you've got the Opus VIII Warrior of Light out, right, and then you cast Medine, your whole board of Warrior of Light stay alive, and your opponent gets dealt 9k damage because he gets 2,000 less damage, right? So that's actually a really good, deck to place it in. But then, in that deck, the question is, wouldn't you just rather play Ultima? Because Ultima is pretty much does the same thing. It's as a finisher or to stop super aggro boards. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
So what I've been looking at for Medine is a Cecil deck with legendary Cecil. So your forwards don't take any damage.
Oh, you mean
and
the Opus
your opponent
one.
takes 9k. Yes, the Opus 2 one.
Yeah, because there's like 2 legendary Cecils.
Yeah, for some reason. But the Opus 2 one, you basically take 0 and your opponent gets wiped. It's a little bit better than Shantoto in my opinion in that specific scenario.
It is, but I'm sorry, I can't get over the fact that you were like, you don't know why there's 2 Cecils and legendaries when there's literally been 4 or 5 legendaries.
You're right, actually.
2 in a row, by the way. 2 in a row. Opus VI and Opus VII, both legendaries.
But no Riku.
No Riku. I mean, yeah, all the Riku cards are good though. Anyways, I can see in that deck. People have tried different things with that. That I remember back in way back in Opus 3, people used to VVS with the Opus 2 Cecil, and then their board doesn't die. Yeah,
it just never worked.
It never worked. It never worked. Every time you try to do that, they're like Alexander the Cecil, and you just like feel sad.
Yep. I don't think that's changing. But...
No, it's not changing. But like I'm just trying to see the kind of deck that this will go in. The only cost during your turn is a huge drawback because during pre-release, right, somebody did a huge misplay against me and drew and passed the turn as if he was playing a control deck. And then I was like, okay, wait, you're dead this turn. You know that, right? If you don't play anything. It's like, yeah. And then I went to my battle phase and he cast Medine. I'm like, wait, Medine can't be cast on my turn. So that's a pretty big drawback, don't you reckon?
Yeah, that's when I saw that I was like, this just kind of dropped a bit more. I don't know why I would play this over Shantoto in most situations because I mean both can only be played on my turn. And one generates CP. So
but I think that this isn't the same deck that Shantoto would go in.
Yeah.
Like this is a deck that can't play Shantoto, yeah?
I think also the fact that it's more expensive and can't be discarded is also a really big drawback. And the fact that it can whiff, since wind is definitely being played more.
Oh, you mean with the Stola?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean at best it's a 6/4 summon, right?
This is stopped by the best job in the game. That 1 CP white mage just nullifies it.
yeah, that's
just play 3 of them.
That's true. I mean, you lose the white mage, which feels bad, but I guess.
Oh my god.
I guess you can live with that.
Yeah, just play 3 and Medina's never hitting the field, basically.
No, like I don't know why. It's just it's so difficult to find a place for him, right? Like I just like
and
usually
it really saddens me.
Yeah,
because he's 9. I love Cat 9.
Oh, and the artwork is amazing. Like Toshitaka Matsuda won my heart over when he did the FF2 arts. And this is just more amazing stuff. Okay, I don't know. Let's just give it a rating. What'd you reckon?
I'm stuck between 2 and 3.
so you do realize that 2
has some impact if you do play.
Has some impact, but like that means that you probably won't play it in your decks. But 3, maybe.
I'm probably not going to play it unless I'm trying to go gimmicky or like build completely around it. Like I play it in a Cecil deck, but
what about
that is probably
a 6-drop Shantoto deck?
So see, it's still a 2. That's still a 2, but that looks really fun.
You can just play a whole bunch of forwards that like don't really get damaged by like Sid Polendina and Yustola. But Sid Polendina will still die to Medine. That feels bad. Anyways, it's probably a 2.
It's really tough to
It's
really
probably
like
a
with
2.
what we have. With what we have, I mean, I love Zodiark. That's probably my favorite of the 4 light and dark summons, and I don't
I
really think I played that. So
I love Ultima because Ultima is like is a big fu because it's like you remove everything, and if they don't have a light dark for it, then you just attack with your light for it for the last point of damage. It just feels so good, and you don't have to have enough cards in your deck for it to RFG. But in
yeah,
actuality, in the errata, if you read the Opus VIII errata, the legendary cloud in the sets, if you don't have 10 cards in your deck, you can't RFG them to bring cloud back.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a nerf on cloud, but
Ooh,
it's yeah. But
Smash
anyways,
Bros all over again.
oh man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
I
so
give it a 2.
I'm gonna say give it a 2. Let's go to the next one. So next one, do you want to say this one too, and then I'll say the dark ones.
Sure. 3 cost 7k. Rain.
Hmm.
When Rain attacks, until the end of turn, all forwards you control gain plus 2,000 power, and all the forwards opponent controls loses 2,000 power. Leadership S. All the forwards you control gain haste until the end of turn. Undermine S and 2 CP. All the forwards opponent controls lose 4,000 power until the end of turn.
Okay, so before we go into the discussions, I'm just going to put my initial rating right up there, and then maybe you can try to talk me down from it.
Sure.
My initial rating is 4+2.
Your rating is 4+2?
Yeah, maybe it should be 4+1, but I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful with this card.
My rating is not Ilua out of 10.
Not Ilua. Well, like Ilua is like a 5+2. You can't compare it to Ilua. Okay.
I actually really like this card.
Yeah. Okay. So
great.
let's look at some decks that we'll play it in. Okay. The one deck that one of my friends came up with was Ice Water Agrius Knights, like the existing Ice Water Shell with Agrius, except you run this Rain and you run Materia and you kind of support because you can also run Juke Lotana in the Ice Water deck just as a one-off, and you can even search for Rain or you search for Agrius again, whatever. And if you play Agrius and then you hit a Rain and you have a Rain in hand, you can S and deal 2 points of damage. Like that's pretty good, don't you reckon?
Yeah, I really like that actually.
Like,
I hadn't thought about that, but
like 8 CP, right? Produce 2 7Ks, 2 high priority 7Ks by the way, deal 2 points of damage, and they want to kill Rain because of Rain's ongoing value if you draw another Rain, but they also want to kill Agrius because they don't want you to Renoa the Agrius. So
oh my god,
that's a stick. But then if they just have Shantoto, then I guess
you just lose. Yeah,
yeah,
doesn't matter.
At that point, a good game, bro. Good game. No, but I reckon a one of Jukultana and a one of Materia and the existing Ice Water Agrius Shell would do really well with Rain, because one of Materia is nice to search for the Rain, and Materia doesn't get hit by Agrius, and Rain can come in from Agrius, and that's pretty cool. Also, if that deck does run Ovelia, then Rain gets plus 1k. Not like he needs it.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he needs it? I don't know.
Probably not, since they're losing 2k power anyways. My biggest issue is that the other Rain is also 3 cost, so you can actually whiff this Rain by drawing the other one first with Agrius.
Ah, right.
You can't run extras to haste. That would suck if you just pull the fire one.
I think in that Ice Water Show you don't run the fire one, purely because of that reason, but also purely for more consistency reason. You don't run too many off-color cards in that deck, but you can run a few backups that are off-color. Yeah, I think you would just run 3 of this Rain. It's a different type of deck.
I may be overestimating the specials, but those specials look really good. I was thinking 4 Rain, but that probably works better with Fire Ice.
Like when I first found out about Rain, I was really hoping Fire is gonna get some sort of like AoE. Like the only kind of AoE on demand that it has is Forge of Phoenix, and that's not very big.
Yeah. And you have that one backup from Opus 1, it's 3k to all forwards.
But come on, man, like that So low value. So low value. I look here. It's just like have you seen the power creep on the Earth Monk from the Opus VIII Monk to this one? I'm just like, what? Okay. Anyways, now we're not talking about Earth cards. But so now so like okay, the second S ability. I want to use that twice in one turn. I mean, that's like a board weapon itself. That doesn't that incentivize Mono Fire to just go 6 rain, materia with marsh and meat, and you just keep on getting all the rains? Because
that's an 8K investment for 8K power.
But when he attacks, right? It's another 2K.
Right,
so that's a board weapon itself.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you don't have to use it twice in a turn. Don't get me wrong. But I think if you ever go in a Mono Fire deck, or I guess if you want to, you can go like Ice, Fire Ice, or like Fire Lightning. Lightning because you can search Joko time off of this. But you can run 6 rains, and you can get materia to search for a rain. You can get meat to search for a rain. You can get marsh to search for a rain. Like, people don't realize, right? I think Fire has reached the threshold of the consistency with cards like Meath and with cards like Marsh that I'm hopeful for Fire. I think that it has to rely on cards like Rain in order for it to stay relevant because it doesn't have its own value
Rain
engine.
Is for sure. Rain is for sure going to be good in that deck. If it's good, Rain will definitely work in it. If it's not, then I don't know if Rain can save it. I think I still have to see.
Fair enough. I mean, guys, okay, so if everybody's watching this like in July or something, this is our first impressions. Okay, like the set literally came out yesterday. Less than yesterday. Like I was supposed to get spoilers this morning actually.
Right. And I didn't even pull this.
Yeah, I didn't pull any legends too, man. Feels bad. Anyway, so the thing is, right, is like this is so many good words on a single card that you can't just not like acknowledge it. But so we already talked about 2 decks, Ice Water and the Mono Fire, or like some Fire X that runs a lot of rains, right? I've got another
Fire Ice works.
Fire Ice, yeah, Fire Ice because of last well and stuff. I'm actually excited for Fire Ice. They have a lot more support. What other deck? I've got one other deck that I can fit in, but do you have any other decks that you can think of, or any other comments?
I don't think Knights is competitive yet, but it fits in that.
Fair enough, yeah. Fair enough. The other deck that I was going to say is either Fire Water or a Fire Earth deck. Or even an Earth Water deck. Okay, I'll get to that in a sec. But essentially, right, your whole game plan is to swarm the board and play Rain and haste everything and attack.
It's so funny that you say Fire Water because that's exactly what I was gonna play this in.
Well, okay, to be fair, right, okay, to be fair, right, I said Fire Water, Fire Earth, and Water Earth. So that's because the thing is, right, Fire for the extra copies of Rains, but Earth and Water, right, are probably the best elements to just kind of swarm the board. So Earth has in particular Psychomordens, right? 3 Psychomordens with this Rain in 1S, right? You've got 3 9Ks and a 7K attacking, and this.
Man, that's a lot of CP.
No. Okay, so Psychomordens, each one is one CP in a card because they search for a card, except for the last one, right? So if you're on 5 backups, you go Psychomorden, 3 CP Psychomorden, tap 1 Psychomorden, and then Rain, and then S, and that's like 4 attacks, and your opponent probably can't do anything about that. Like he's, they're in trouble with 4 attacks.
11K attackers.
11K attackers,
that's
and
crazy.
And they lose 2K as well.
Yeah,
pretty much
they'd have to have an instant response.
Rain's line of text pretty much just says when he attacks, right, your opponent cannot block. If they block, break that forward. That's pretty much what it says, right? Because you're not really competing with this type of board swing.
I think the way I read it is when Rain attacks, you just lose if you didn't kill him before that.
I mean, you lose for that for that turn.
For that turn.
Yeah. For that turn that
His value is just so high, but I still think I like Alua better.
Okay, we get it. Well, we get it. Okay, especially since Illawa has a searcher and its own element. I guess technically this does have a searcher and its own element as materia, but you wouldn't want to be running too many of those. Okay, so my rating stays at 4+2 because I'm hopeful for this card. What is your rating?
I honestly do think it's a 4. I think it's a really good card. I think it's really, really good.
I don't think it's quite a 5 because you can't just play. It doesn't have haste. That's why it's not a 5. That's what I'm gonna say.
I can't. Yeah.
It
I can't rate it 5 if it doesn't just if it instantly gets blown up, it's just crap.
That's true. That's true.
So I can't give it a 5. Yeah, but as for synergy, I think 2. I think 5+2 is good. Not 4+2. Sorry. I think you're on the money.
Okay. Cool. Let's go to the next card.
Oh my god.
Give me a second. I'm just going to move it. Oh, I don't need to take that away. Okay, I need to move the next one. Okay, so Arc. Okay. Arc is the first 10 CP card, if you guys didn't know. 10 CP, category 9, summon, dark summon. You can only cast Arc during your turn, same restriction as Medine. And all the forwards lose 8,000 power until the end of the turn. Draw 1 card for each forward whose power became 0 or less due to the previous effect. So, you know how we bagged on Medine for being so bad because it doesn't, it's so expensive? Right? But the 9K was relevant. This one is more expensive, but is 8K, but could potentially become less expensive depending on your board state. Because I don't think 8,000 power is enough for a board wipe these days. Don't you reckon?
I think this Digimon is. I think 8K is fine.
I think the price. Wait.
Did
you think this Digimon is fine? is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I love Digimon. Don't get me wrong. I love Digimon, but I just got caught off guard by that. Anyways, yeah, go ahead.
I think the effect is fine. I think the cost is just way too high.
Okay.
8K wouldn't be bad. But,
something that we didn't discuss with Medine that I think obviously we should discuss now is that card that came out in Opus 6, I believe, called Ejido Marujido.
Yeah.
Ejido Marujido cost us for 5. Or essentially, I guess you can say 7 CP if you include Ejido Marujido into the costs. And that's
and then
pretty
9
good.
When you cast a summon, technically, but...
No. It won't be... it won't be 9 because you're already costing the summon. It won't count as 9. Because this is already 10 CP plus a card. That's pretty good. I just feel like I'm going to try this in one deck, and that's the only deck that I can see trying this in is a mono water, the new type of mono water without Fusoya. I think mono water needs to pick up its big boy pants and leave Fusoya. Okay, it needs to leave. Fusoya's been abusive to mono water, right? And it needs to find its own lights with the new Leviathan and the new Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Water hero forward, the one that reduces power. Anyways, we'll talk about that when it comes to the water review. But in this mono water deck, right, there's a lot of ways to reduce your opponent's power. So even if it's a simple, I'm not sure Beatrix is good enough anymore. But if you were playing Beatrix, then you can attack with Beatrix and cast Arc. That's pretty cool. Or you can just go Arc and then Cagnazo, and that's board wipes everything. And you don't even need to have that many water characters. You can essentially do this in a Water X deck. The idea is that people are saying play forwards that get the good draw off of this. And the only forwards that, get you positive CP value is Layla Vikings. If you're able to draw off of the Layla Vikings, then you're pretty good of yourself. So if you got a Layla, a Viking, and then like another Viking, and then you cost this, you're drawing off what? You're drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're drawing 5 cards just from your side of the board, not including your opponent's board. You know, so that kind of mitigates the costs a little. You don't seem to be liking the Latin Dark summons.
I don't like either one, but I like this one worse.
You like this one worse because of the higher CP count.
It's mandatory 3 discards, which is like if it just gets canceled.
No. So this is mandatory 3 discards, right? Including with Charlotta or not including Charlotta?
Well, Charlotta's 2. So with Charlotta, you can get away with 2.
Oh, okay.
But it costs your whole backup line. But
obviously.
Off of Agido, it's better, obviously. But there's better summons off Agido that
like Medine.
Don't kill your board. Like don't kill your board for you.
Yeah.
You're drawing so many cards, but you still can't attack because you have nothing on the field.
That's true, and you can only do it during your turn. Now, that kind of feels bad.
Yeah, it's basically another Shantoto that just gets you cards back.
But the good thing about this is searchable with Camel now. Is that reason enough?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Because you still, no matter how you look at it, like if you draw into all odd cards, you still can't play them because you used all your backups to cast this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super hard to try and make it work. But I'm gonna try it in mono water and I'm gonna see how it goes because
the art alone makes me want to play it, but
the art is amazing. That art has been my screensaver for the longest time, ever since they released it.
This is great. I like the art a lot. I don't like the summon.
I want there to be a place for these summons. I just can't see it yet.
I think Zodiark is still probably my favorite one. I think Ultima is still probably more viable than this one.
Okay. So what is our verdict? Is it the same as Medine?
I actually give this one a 1. I think it's really, really bad.
You're gonna anger so many people, Genesis. People are gonna hate you.
I know, but like as soon as you see that they're running fire, you can't do anything out of fear of like Phoenixing Yustola in, and if they're running Wind, you can't do anything because of that exact same fear. Like getting Phoenixed in Yustola is just gonna destroy you. Seeing Yustola on the field is just gonna wreck you.
I mean, Yustola is a big hindrance for both of these summons. Like, and Yustola is a staple, and it probably won't go away.
But
it
wouldn't be so bad if they were cheaper. Then Yustola stopped it, whatever. Like they canceled it, whatever.
But if they were cheaper, then it'll be okay versus Wind, but it'll be like hellish versus other elements.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't feel this. Like I feel Medine has a place. I don't feel this one really works anywhere. I feel like the value you lose from destroying your own field is not really worth drawing 50 cards.
Yeah, just to mill yourself out. Incoming meta mill decks. No, right. These board wipes are indicating to me that they are anticipating swarming decks to be meta. Don't you reckon? And if they're indicating swarming decks to be meta, there's only one card in this opus that I think is going to make that a possibility, and that's the Warrior of Light and Wind. Oh boy, that card is going to, ruffle some feathers at the very least. Because
I don't know.
Because in that deck,
I want to like this card.
Okay. One rating. We'll move on.
Yeah, I really want to like it, but I don't know.
Okay, so last Dark Legendary is Veritas of the Dark. 6 CP, 8k Dark Legendary forward from Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. When Veritas of the Dark enters your field, your opponent selects one forward he she controls, put it into the break zone. Kind of like a Fanfrit on the forward, but only your opponent chooses. And then when Veritas put the field into the break zone, your opponent selects one character he she controls, put it into the break zone. So, what are your initial thoughts? Let's start with you, Genesis.
I'm still unsure, but I really like this. I'm
Mhm.
not sure if I'll play it yet, but I definitely want to because it's basically it helps mono ice get around the untargetable stuff,
That's true. Yeah,
which
that's what I
is
was
really
thinking too.
good. Yeah, and I mean it's just another idea on mono lightning, and I love Idea.
No, come on. One of the main reasons why Idea is so good is because she has this little icon at the top right hand corner that says
I agree.
EX, and this does not have EX. And I think if
It
it did have
does not.
EX, it'll be way too broken. It'll probably
Yeah.
need to be like 8 CP for it to have EX then.
But at the same time though, like if you're removing their field efficiently and you don't have five backups or they play something stupid like I'm going all in on what's his name Arden and
Yeah,
you're just like all right boop pay one less get rid of it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, because
Yeah,
okay,
it
the
like
thing is, his first into the field ability is good, right?
yeah.
Because it's only selects forward, so you can kind of, ping off the little small Vikings or whatever, and then make sure that you hit the high value target, right? But
Mm,
the enter the break zone ability, that's his character, and that and
it
against
does
some
say
decks,
character. Okay,
no,
yeah, never mind.
so that against some decks is actually a positive. You're like, what?
Yeah,
I can sack my Shantoto so I can play another Shantoto? Great.
you are right. You are
Or
right.
like, oh, I can sack my, Illyria so I can play another Illyria so I can find my last Yuri. That's great. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like at the same time though, if like as soon as he enters, if you can, get rid of like a 4 CP forward,
Yeah, that's
then
true.
he's
That's
basically
true.
just like 2 CP AK,
That's
which
no,
isn't the
well,
best, but
no,
it's
wait.
not bad.
No, no. If you get rid of a 4 CP forward, he's a 0 CP 8K. Because you're
Oh,
counting
you're right.
4 CP plus the card, that's 6 CP,
Yeah.
and then you've got 0 CP plus the card, which is 8K. So
Yeah,
that's
you're
great.
right.
That's great. But like,
Yeah.
my problem is not that. My problem is that against some decks, you don't want him to hit the break zone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So are we
But
saying
also
5-drop Yuna? Are we saying 5-drop Yuna or?
no, we're not saying 5 drop
Damn it! Damn it!
But
Oh man.
I don't know. I think it's a really good card, but if the whole flood thing is coming in, then this card's going to be completely garbage.
Oh
But
yeah. Well,
in
okay,
decks that you can pace, then it's going to be really good.
okay. So in regards to that, right? My huge prediction is gonna be that swarming decks are gonna be popular, like chocobos and all those kind of stuff, right? And because they're gonna
Yeah.
be popular, right? Move away Opus 5 Cloud of Darkness, okay? People should be playing Opus 1 Cloud of Darkness. Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
resets. I mean, I've seen her come back a bit last Opus, but not too much.
She's that's my prediction. She's gonna make a comeback.
There. I don't know. I like this card, but I don't know.
Are you talking about this Veritas or are you talking about
Yeah, the
yeah
the Veritas.
yeah? I like I said I like him, but it's just the fact that he could have a positive effect for your opponent. You know,
I think he's just I don't know how I'd rate him because like in the decks he works, he's good. In the decks he doesn't, he's just really bad.
yeah. I mean, okay, so okay, what decks does he work in? Like, okay, so we say Mono Ice because they have trouble targeting.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else would want this? Would Earth Wind play this?
Probably
Wouldn't
nobody.
you just play
No.
Galdes?
Yeah, no,
Galdes
I
just
wouldn't play
seems
this at
better,
all.
right?
Anywhere else. Yeah, I think Mono Ice is the only viable, and even then it's like competitive with Galdes or even Yuri.
Uh I don't know. Mono Ice and Yuri doesn't mesh as well as you'd think. At
No,
least
dude,
not for
Yuri on
me.
Ice.
Yuri on Ice. Oh yeah, of course. The name itself, gives it plus 10 points. You're like, no, it's
No,
like,
yeah,
no. You go to a tournament, right? And then you're like, okay, what's your deck name? It's like, my deck name is Yuri on Ice. Okay, you get a buy. I was like, cool, man. Just because of my awesome deck name.
no, I
Um,
wouldn't play Yuri either on Ice, but Galdes is really good, and I don't know yet. Like,
Especially since Ice has that QCast spell. which is
Because
pretty good as well.
I'm running this through my head, and Sephiroth into Veritas just looks really amazing because they won't have a field or
That's
a
true.
hand.
That's true.
But at the same time, it could go completely wrong and backfire because the cost is just so expensive.
And Renoa works well with him too. Okay, how about
Yeah,
this? How about
Renoa.
this? Like in Earth, but even then, okay, let's say Earth Wind. He's a 6 drop. He's a 6 drop, right?
Yeah,
So Star Sybil can play him off easy.
you're right. Yeah,
That's
actually, that
that's
works.
pretty value, you know. I've seen what have I seen? I've seen people Star Sybil in a Urianger, and that was for value. They won the game. Don't get me wrong, and it was the right play. Don't get me wrong, but just when you see those kind of plays, you're like, come on.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
So if you
Yeah,
can Star Sybil this in Earth Wind, like it might actually kick out Geldes. It's immediate
maybe.
value.
I'm not sure though. I don't think it's.
Okay,
I don't know.
my
I really have no
rating.
idea.
My rating for this card is a flat 3 plus 0
Ooh.
for right now. Yeah, I don't think that it should be
Right.
necessarily played in your deck. Like, most of your deck should consist of 4 or 5 plus, especially since light and dark cards are so premium. But if you've got a place for him, like in Mono Ice, like maybe a Star Sybil target, I can see this card being played and doing some work as well.
Um. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I'm debating between 2 and 3. I can't decide.
Okay, fair enough. I'll just stay at 3 then.
2.5 plus 0.
Hey! We don't have that high virtual production value.
Yeah, 3
Hold
is
your
fine.
horses.
3 is fine.
We
At the
round
same
up here.
time.
We round up here. I remember in previous spoiler set reviews, I gave a card Earth out of 10, and we gave a
Earth out of
card.
10.
Yeah, Earth out of 10. Do you want to guess which card we gave Earth out of 10? And that was the actual rating.
Which one?
The 1-cost warrior.
Oh god.
That is so Earth out of 10, isn't it? 1 cost 4K. That's amazing, right? Above curve. And standard unit, you can play multiple of it. And you guys...
Say. Oh my god.
Now, and we gave Lednar 2 plus or minus 2 or something like that. I forgot. Anyways, yeah, I think we should stay at 3. So yeah, thanks for joining us for this light and dark set review, guys. Do you have any last words for these light and dark cards, Genesis?
Yeah, I'm gonna play a Rain for sure, and all the other ones are gonna look very good in my binder. Most likely.
Yeah, I mean they're good. They're very good art. Have you seen the foil arc? It looks so good, man. Looks so good.
All the art on all of these is. Oh
Yeah.
wait, this is Amino. Wait, it looks good. This is a nice looking Amino card.
Hey, the rain is Amano as well, man. Amano. Wait.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that art.
Are you bagging my Amano arts? I feel
Always.
personally attacked. Amano.
This is
Amano's
like the
amazing.
first. This is the first Amino art I see that I actually really enjoy.
Bruh.
The Veritas of the Dark.
Bruh. Okay. It's okay. Anyways, so, yeah. Just to wrap things off, guys, if you didn't know, from our Opus 8 spoiler review, we got merch. So we got this Illua but Fire merch. I should really remove the rating. This isn't a 3-star shirt. This is a 5+2 shirt. No, no.
You can build around it.
You can build around it. Yeah, this is the kind of meme that we created in the community. If you guys want to support MogPod Gaming, this is one way to support us. We got white and gray shirts, and also this will all be in the description. Also, we got we have a Patreon for you guys that don't know. We currently have 2 patrons, and if you guys would like to support, if you don't want to support, that's all good. We still love you. But if you do want to support us, Patreon or buying the shirts is the best way to do it. But speaking of Patreon, we'd like to thank our patrons. So our first Patreon is Bobby Brankowitz. from the $5 tier, and Squirrels. I'm not sure if he wants me to tell his real name, but for now, we're just gonna call him as Squirrels, and he is kind enough to donate $10. So if $10 a month, so pledge. So, yeah, thanks to those patrons. You know, we love you, and yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, so you can stay on watching these set reviews, and also stay tuned on Facebook, so we can update you on all the things Final Fantasy. Anyways, do you want to say bye,
TCG.
Genesis? Final Fantasy TCG, yeah. You want to say bye-bye?
Oh yeah. You guys take it easy. We'll see you for the next set review.
Which is gonna be water.
Ooh, water.
Because,
we're going backwards.
Yeah, because we go from the back. Yeah. The #1 potato boss out.